is and should be a touchdown. Here we go. Bryson Mars has got his back behind him. It is Jaquindon Jackson. Here's the snap. Bryson Barnes looking deep. He's got a man. It's caught! He's gone! Touchdown early! Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome. It is Indiana and UCLA. As you can see, we have updated our scoreboard, make it a little bit bigger because we know that you have had a little bit of trouble with seeing it, so we decided to make it a little bit bigger, help you, the viewers, out a little bit with the ability to watch the broadcast. So, of course, tonight we got Indiana and UCLA. Should be a very fun ball game. So, for UCLA, as you know, this is their first opportunity to, for UCLA, as I said, first Big Ten matchup at home. Should be a very fun game. So, of course, a lot of optimism there. And then for Indiana, you're making a trip to the Rose Bowl, the historic Rose Bowl. So it's going to be a whole lot of fun here tonight to see how this game goes. So I'm Cooper Naylor. Welcome. We are waiting for kickoff. Now, if you remember me talking about this morning, you remember me saying that really, when you look at these teams, Indiana, first two games, has played some pretty good football. They're 2-0, of course. So let's go ahead right quick, and we are going to pull up Indiana's schedule and just show you how they've done, just so that you get an idea of where they've come from. So far this season, Indiana, they played FIU week 1. They won that game 31-7. They played Western Illinois last Friday, won 77-3. So today, they make their trip out to California to face off against UCLA. And of course, the UCLA Bruins getting a 3-point win. Last time they played, that was against Hawaii. So, UCLA, I believe they said that they were supposed to be like a 14-point, have a 14-point advantage, and they only won that game by 3 points. So, really, big question here. I feel like the offense for UCLA was just a little bit up and down. So, really, if I'm a UCLA fan, I want to watch my team play better offense. If I'm Indiana, I'm interested because this is the first. I would say, truthfully, this would be this is a big game because it is your first conference game of the season. So, obviously, you want to come out and look really good. So, we will see how both teams do as we await kickoff as national broadcast is getting ready. So we are just waiting on kickoff. They are doing their pregame stuff. Of course, the intro to NBC's coverage of college football. All right. So here we go. Now, if you don't already know, Chip Kelly, who was the head coach of the UCLA Bruins last year, he has moved on, and he is now the head coach, or not a head coach, but he's the offensive coordinator for the Ohio State Buckeyes. And now the head coach of UCLA is Deshaun Foster. He played at UCLA, so very interesting there. And then Indiana, they got rid of Tom Allen, and so this year they have their new head coach, Kirk Cinetti. So here we go. UCLA to kick, and it will be Indiana football. As that will be a touchback. And so the Curtis Rourke and the Indiana offense will come out first. Of course, Curtis Rourke starting quarterback, Tyson Lawton running back, Elijah Surratt, one of the wide receivers. Going to be interesting to see how they do. So here we go. One running back to the right of Curtis Rourke. He's got 4 out wide, sends a man in motion. That is, it looks like it's tight end Zach Horton. Curtis Rourke got time to throw. Got a man wide open in the middle of the field. Miles Price. First down, Indiana on the first play. Great throw right here. And I like the way Rourke sits in the pocket. He's got time, and he finds his man right over the middle. That's Miles Price, first down. And now from the 48, on their side of the football field, sends a man in motion, that's Price. Handing it off to his running back. That's Lawton, who's going to lose a yard. Great defense right there by UCLA to get in the backfield. So Curtis Rourke is a senior, 233. Last week against Western Illinois, he's 15-17, 268, 2 touchdown passes. I think it said 1 on the ground for him, I believe. But here we go. Here is Rourke. And getting some pressure. Now looking to throw. That one was tipped up in the air. Incomplete. Great defense by UCLA. And on this one, it looked like there was a misassignment by Lawton, the running back, maybe. Yeah, he went for the wrong guy, and that allowed Rourke to not have a lot of time, and he just had to get rid of the football. But here we go, 3rd and 11, early in the ball game for Indiana. Now we got some flags. And it is a false start. That's against Trey Weedig. And that hurts if you are Indiana. So 3rd and 16. Long way to go if you are the Hoosiers. 16 yards to go from the 42. Low snap. Rourke looking to throw around the middle. It's caught. Elijah Surratt. Great catch. Another first down as the two plays that's really been positive for Indiana have gone down the middle of the field and gotten chunks of yards. Elijah Surratt, the receiver. In UCLA already, you're seeing that down the middle, they're not doing a great job. UCLA's defense has got to play better in the middle of the football field. Man in motion. Here's Rourke handing it off to the running back. That's Lawton. He will gain about 5 yards, it looks like. It's going to be 2nd down for Indiana. So Madrano, he got in the backfield for that stop a while ago. You also got Busick as your defensive end. Toya, the senior, he's the nose tackle. Williams, another defensive tackle. And the list goes on with their starting lineup. 2nd and 5 for Indiana. Here's Rourke handing it off. And that is a gain of about 4 yards right there. That is Justice Ellison who carries the rock right there. It'll be 3rd and 1. So you got another 3rd down. This one's a lot more manageable. Ika Malloy is the defensive coordinator for UCLA. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Rourke takes the snap, handing it off, and that play will be blown dead by a flag. And that's a false start. And Miles Cross The receiver being called for that. And just a little bit of movement right there for Indiana. So here we go, 3rd and 6 from the 30-yard line. They got to get to the 24. Here's the snap. Rourke looking, throwing. That's caught! And Miles Price, he gets about 10 yards. Excuse me. And Miles Price, it's just a great play right here. Rourke finds his receiver. Just a great throw and a great catch. Curtis Rourke, 3 of 4, 57 yards on this drive. Here's the snap. Rourke looking, rolling around. Now going to run with it himself, and he's going to slide. Picks up about 8 yards right there for Indiana. It's going to be second down. So right now, what you're seeing, I like what Indiana's doing. They're moving the football at a decent rate. I just feel like, and I mean, they got a great coach in Kirk Cinetti. Now, if you don't know who he is, he was head coach at James Madison last year. If you remember the guy named Jordan McLeod, that was his quarterback. Of course, Jordan McLeod's now at Texas State, but Indiana, very interesting football team. Here's Rourke handing it off, and that'll be a stop behind the line. Justin Ellison was a running back. Addison was the defensive player who got inside and got Ellison. Addison gets Ellison. That's not a tongue twister at all, folks. 3rd and 5 for Indiana. Last season, the touchdown percentage for the red zone defense of UCLA, 35.9%. Here we go. 3rd and 5. Rourke takes the snap. A lot of pressure. Now throwing. That's caught. First down. And that is Elijah Surratt with the catch. And just a nice route right here. And he just leaves his man on an island. And Surratt does a great job of creating enough space. Great throw by Curtis Rourke as well. Red zone this season, Indiana's had 12 drives, 9 touchdowns, 1 field goal so far this season. So here we go. Curtis Rourke takes the snap, looking, throwing, end zone, incomplete, but a flag. He was looking for his receiver, and now we will wait and see what the call is. And it looks like a holding or pass interference call, one or the other. The ball, I believe, is moved to about the 2-yard line. So it'll be Indiana 1st and goal. So here we go. 1st and goal from the 2. Rourke sends a man in motion. Now handing it off. And Lawton, he may have been lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd and goal now for Indiana. So, 2nd and goal. We'll see where they're at. But you just wonder what they're going to do right here. So, okay, they lost a yard on that run from the 3. It's 2nd and goal. Lawton to the right of Rourke. Sends a man in motion. Rourke now looking to throw. Going to throw in the end zone. Touchdown. And that is it looks like that was Miles Cross. Indiana strikes first. And that is a great throw right there. Curtis Rourke does a great job and a touchdown for Indiana. 12 plays, 75 yards, 6.5 minutes taken off the clock. 2-0 Indiana scores first as there is the extra point. Up and good. So we have a 7-0 ball game here early. Miles Cross touchdown. Great job right there. Here on Saturday night, it's football and we love it here on the channel. And so let's go to a commercial break. All right, everybody, we are back. And so right now, so as you know, I have a studio setup where I can watch multiple games. So right now, the only game that's not in commercial that I can update you on, Texas has a 14-0 lead over UTSA. So of course, we will update you on more games whenever we get it. So here we go. Indiana 7-0 over UCLA. And Kurt Cinetti entering the season, he's got an .826 win percentage. So that is fourth. So that is a pretty good record. As there is a kickoff, UCLA will begin their drives. They will bring it out. And this one will be returned to about the 19. That is all for UCLA. So now, here comes the offense. Ethan Garbers at quarterback. And so that is your main guy. Of course, Harden, your running back. I'm going to try to get myself ready. Okay. TJ Harden's your running back. You got J. Michael Sturdivant as your receiver. And the list goes on. And here's a fumble. And Indiana has the football. Ethan Garbers fumbled the ball. And it's Indiana football. So here's Garbers. Let's see what he did here. He went to throw the ball, and TJ Harden's elbow hit the ball. And right there, Indiana was ready for it. And right there recovering was, I believe, Mikel Kamara for Indiana recovering the fumble. Yeah, it was Mikel Kamara. And one play into UCLA's Big Ten journey, and they already fumbled the ball. Here is Curtis Rourke handing it off to his running back, Lawton, who will get about 4 right there. And so right here, they're showing this again where Harden thought he was going to get the handoff. Garbers was going to throw the football, and just a bad miscommunication, and already UCLA turns over the ball. 2nd and 7 for Indiana. Here we go. Here is Rourke looking to throw, got time, stepping up in the pocket, and now throwing that into the dirt. 3rd and 7 for Indiana. Good job right there by Rourke. You can tell he is a very calm, cool, collected quarterback. 7-0 Indiana. 3rd and 7. So here we go. 3rd and 7. We'll see what Indiana draws up here. Going to be interesting to see what they do. If you're UCLA, this is early in this ballgame. You need to stop. Big stop. And now, timeout Indiana. So Kirk Sonetti wants to talk it over. So Sonetti started at Indiana University of Pennsylvania, 53-17 record. He then moves on to Elon, where he was 12-45. Or they were 12-45. Okay. And then James Madison, back-to-back Sun Belt titles. So I may have read the first one off, but I think it's IUPUI or something like that. But yeah, of course, the last 3 seasons they were 9-27, Indiana. Of course, so far 2-0. Of course, they got a long way to go before the end of the season, but they got a great quarterback in Curtis Rourke. So here we go, 3rd and 7. Sends a man in motion. Here's Rourke. Looking, throwing, that's caught, and he may, and we'll see, touchdown is the call. Indiana is now up 13-0. And right there is Keyshawn Williams with the score, and I think he's in. But it depends on the ball, on whether he kept control of the football here. They're going to look at this to see whether or not this is a touchdown. It was very close, folks. That is close. But here we go. Here's the extra point. It is up, and it is good. Indiana will now move ahead 14-0, all caused by a fumble. What could have been a touchdown for UCLA on a drive has turned around, and it is a touchdown for Indiana. So, folks, we'll see you on the other end of this break. All right, everybody, welcome back. 14-0. So, of course, 14-0 Indiana with the lead. Let's go ahead and ask you our trivia question for the night. I'm gonna leave it up. Here it is. UCLA has won 17 conference championships. Of all 17, who was one? One was won by a first-year head coach. Who was it? So, of course, answers always at halftime. So we will, of course, get you halftime report. Here is the kickoff. And this one's going to go into the end zone. Oh, it went out of bounds. Out of bounds on the kickoff. So Quintero kicked it out of bounds for Indiana. So that is a big time stop. Oh, that's a big time mistake. Good job there for UCLA. I mean, in the terms of you needed a break, so there you got one. So here we go. 1st and 10 from the 35. Here's Ethan Garbers throwing it out wide. And right there, good job to get his man. That right there is Titus Macau Atamalala. So that is a catch, second down for UCLA. Eric Bieniemy is the associate head coach and the offensive coordinator. 2nd and 6 for UCLA. Of course, most know Eric Bieniemy for coaching in the NFL, being the offensive coordinator for the Kansas City Chiefs for years. Here is Garbers looking, and that one nearly intercepted off of a tip. He was looking for J. Michael Sturdivant. That is incomplete. And Sturdivant nearly had it, and he tipped it up in the air. Lucky it wasn't intercepted. So of course, 2 weeks ago, UCLA was 4-13 on third down conversions against Hawaii on the road. So let's see what they can do here right now as they have a 3rd and 6. Running back to the right of Garbers. Takes the snap, looking, throwing that one. Caught right at the line. And that is Logan Loya. And they're going to give the first down to UCLA. That's very close, though. I will say that. Very, very close. Loya was stopped right as he caught the ball. Great defense, though, by Indiana, not allowing anything further. So here we go. Garber's going to come under center. Sends a man to motion. Here is the handoff. And getting the edge and a first down for Titus Macau Atamalala. And a flag on the play. And a holding going against the left tackle, Ruben Anui. Anue, I think. I don't know. But holding penalty called. That's going to negate that explosive play. So 1st and 18 for UCLA. Man in motion for Garbers. Takes a snap, fakes the throw. Now throwing it out to his tight end. And that right there is Maliki Matavau. 2nd down for UCLA. A nice play right there. Look a lot like a kind of a screen-like pass to the tight end. Great job right there by UCLA getting some of the yardage, getting half the yardage back. 2nd and 9 for UCLA. From the 46, here's Garbers faking the handoff, now having to roll out to his right, looking to throw, but he's going to have to run, and he got about 3 or 4 yards right there. It's going to be third down and a little bit more manageable this time. So a great job to know that you didn't have anybody open, so just take off and run with it himself. So now you got a third down here for UCLA. 6 yards is what you got to get. So going to be interesting to see what they do here. If it's Eric Bieniemy, I'm thinking it's going to be some kind of either RPO or play action type pass. Try to get it to one of your explosive receivers. Here we go. Looking to throw. Garbers going to run with it, and he's about a yard short. Fourth down for UCLA, and going to be interesting. Honestly, I think if you go for this is a big point in the game. You're down 14 points in the first quarter. I mean, go for it and try to get some points on the board because your defense hasn't been able to stop Indiana quite yet. So, go get some points here. Last season, they converted 46.9% of fourth down tries. So, we will see what they can do. Here we go, 4th and 1. Garber's under center. Hands it off. Harden! And I believe he got the first down. So, yes, they are going to give him the first down. One question I had was his knee down before the line? But as long as the ball is across, I believe it doesn't matter. Just as long as the ball got across. So, first down, Indiana. So, here we go. From the 44 on the Indiana side of the field, here's a handoff. TJ Harden will get about 2.5 right there. So I'm getting an update right now from my producer. In the Texas game, Quinn Ewers, the starting quarterback for the Texas Longhorns, has gotten hurt, meaning that Arch Manning is in the ball game for Texas. So that is an update coming across the country there. So that's just your update right now. Thank you, Colton, for that. 2nd and 7 for UCLA. Here's Garbers looking to throw. Going to throw it, and that one's incomplete. He was looking for Macau Atamalala. It's 3rd and 7 now if you are UCLA. 2:14 to go in the first quarter. A very up-tempo first quarter so far. Good ball game. 14-0. Indiana. So 3rd and 7 from about the 41. We'll see what Garbers can do. He's got his running back TJ Harden to his right. Now takes a snap, looking to throw. Gets hit while delivering the ball. Incomplete, and waiting to see. Okay, they have thrown the flag, so this looks like it's going to be a rough in the passer call. And that is Walker on that Indiana defense being called for the unnecessary rough or the rough in the passer call. Easy call, really. And just, yeah, easy call. So here we go. 1st and 10. 26-yard line. Here's a handoff to the running back. And that right there is his backup running back, Keegan Jones, getting a few yards right there on the second down carry. Of course, this is a long drive here for UCLA. So 2nd and 7. looking for the 22. Here's Garbers, fakes a handoff, looking to throw, and he's going down. Nowhere to go, and a great job by that Indiana defense. Just nowhere to go if you're Ethan Garbers. You didn't have a lot of time, so no, your offensive line didn't help you. Nothing. You just barely had time, and you couldn't look to see who was open. And just a great defensive stop right there. Farrell just did a great job getting Ethan Garber. So now you got a 3rd and 15 if you are UCLA. Coming to the end of the first quarter. Here's Garbers looking, throwing. That'll be caught by the tight end. And that is Monteval. And 4th down for UCLA. So we'll wait and see what they do. They most likely kick a field goal here. It's 4th and long, and that's what they're going to do. They're going to send the field goal unit out, try to get 3 points, at least get on the board here early in this ball game. Mateen Bagani, 41-yard attempt for him. Here's the snap, clean hold, and that one will be wide right. No good for UCLA. And that's the end of the first quarter, everybody. No scoring for UCLA. They're down 14-0. Indiana looking real good here in this quarter. What a game so far. And of course, we are going to go to commercial break, and we'll see you on the other side. All right, welcome back, everybody. 14-0 Indiana at the end of the first quarter. So, I wanted to answer a question that I have here in the chat on YouTube. That is Colton Naylor saying Arch Manning threw a touchdown, just ran for a long touchdown, as well. He looks like he may be way better than Ewers. I feel like too early to make assumptions like that already. I mean, we got a lot of football still to be played throughout the whole season. So I'm not ready to go ahead and say Arch Manning's going to be better than yours at this point. So of course, but thanks for the comments though. So of course, you still have a chance. If you see the question there on your screen, you have a chance to answer it. So, of course, let comment below what you think is the answer to the question. Of course, around the country, Texas up 28-7 on UTSA. Colorado State 3-0 over Colorado at home. TCU 14-0 over UCF, and I believe there's still no score between Georgia and Kentucky. So those are the games that we are following for you. So, of course, Curtis Rourke and Indiana coming back out on the football field. So 15 minutes in the second quarter, put on the clock. So let's go. From about the 23-yard line, Curtis Rourke has his man to his right. Takes a snap, fakes the handoff, now looking, little slant route. That'll be caught. And that is Omar Cooper Jr., the redshirt sophomore. Great job right there by Curtis Rourke. So here we go. That was a first down for Indiana. Rourke takes the snap, now looking, and that'll be caught wide open. Elijah Surratt wide open. UCLA just leaves him on an island, and there's no defender around him. Just no defender, wide open. Elijah Surratt, first down, Indiana. And UCLA right now, offense does not look great for them. Defense looks poor for UCLA. So here we go from midfield. We'll see what UCLA's defense can do against this Indiana offense. As here's the snap, handing it off to the running back. That is Justice Ellison, who's going to barrel his way for about 5 yards right there. So, of course, Elijah Surratt last season, 82 receptions, 1,191 yards, 14.5 yard average. He had 8 touchdowns last season. So, definitely about the top receiver on this ball club. 2nd and 5 for Indiana. Sends a man in motion. Here's Rourke handing it off to his running back. Looks like it's Justice Ellison who's going to barrel his way. First down and a little bit more to go right there. And so UCLA's defense just they're not able to get the tackles that they need here in this ball game, hurting them here early. Ellison tonight, last week at least, 9 carries, 117 yards, and 2 touchdowns. So here we go, clock ticking. Rourke hands it off, and right there, getting back to about the line of scrimmage, is Tyson Lawton. 2nd down for Indiana. Kirkwood getting the stop for UCLA. So 2nd and 9. A very long 9, that's for sure. This is not the kind of game I don't think this is the type game that Deshaun Foster was wanting. Rourke by himself in the backfield, now throwing that one incomplete. He was looking for Miles Cross, his receiver. So now you got a 3rd and 9 if you're Curtis Rourke. Going to be interesting to see where do you go with the football here. You got a 3rd and 9 if you're Indiana. So we'll see what they can do here. Curtis Rourke passing on 3rd down. He's 4 of 4, 56 yards, 1 touchdown. He's got 4 first downs. So here we go, 3rd and 9. Rourke. He's got 4 out wide and sends a man in motion. Here is the run. And Lawton's going to get about 4 yards, and that'll be it. So now, if you're Indiana, most likely a long field goal or go for it or punt. This is the type of the field, like spot of the field that you have a lot of decisions on what you want to do. But it looks like they're going to leave the offense out there on a 4th and 6. This season, they're 2 of 4 on 4th down. So here we go. Very aggressive play calling. Running back to the right of Rourke. Here's the snap. A lot of pressure. Rourke now throwing, incomplete. It is Clark breaking that up, and Rourke was looking for Elijah Surratt. Great stop by UCLA. We'll be right back in a moment. All right, everybody. Giving you an update on what is going on around the country. UCF has gotten on the board against TCU. I believe that's now a 14-7, 14-7 ball game. Georgia and Kentucky still no score. Texas still up 28-7, and Colorado State still up 3-0 as they enter the second quarter. So, very interesting stuff going on around the country right now. So, of course, we're still at commercial break. We're going to take it with them. Be right back. All right, here we go. Ethan Garber's got his running back to his left, takes the snap. Now looking, throwing, and that is a really bad pass. Incomplete. And just not a lot of momentum for UCLA. They look like an uninspired football team on offense at the moment. Of course, there's still a lot of game left to be played, so we'll see what they can do, but 2nd and 10. Kanye Clark, the defensive back who got the stop. 2nd and 10 for Garber's got his running back to his right, sends a man in motion, takes a snap, and hands it off, and that will go for about 9 yards. That's the running back Keegan Jones, who is in motion, who got the handoff from Ethan Garber's the quarterback. So 3rd down now for UCLA. 1 yard to gain here. Of course, just a great, nice little play that they had just right there. For the career, Keegan Jones has been a pretty decent running back. Here's Ethan Garber's looking, Rolling, now going to throw, and he got sacked. He was looking to throw, he just never got rid of the football, so now it's 4th down. Ethan Garber is just a terrible decision right there. And he had time. It looked like he was going to try to get to Harden, and he just never threw the ball. And it was like he never expected to get hit. And 4th and 3 now for UCLA as they get ready to punt this ball back to Indiana. So, not a great play right there on 3rd down. As here is the punt, and this will be called for a fair catch at about the 10.5-yard line. So, Curtis Rourke and the Indiana Hoosiers offense going to get ready to come back out after the break. All right, everybody, welcome back. Of course, again, if you haven't already, we still have our trivia question up here. Of course, UCLA has won 17 conference championships. Of all 17, one was won by a first-year head coach. Who was it? So, of course, if you haven't already, please, if you want to guess, then put your answer in the chat, and of course, we will give you the answer at halftime. So, of course, we are still waiting. We're going to see what Curtis Rourke and the Indiana offense can do. Right now, as they right now show, Eric Stolberg, Indiana wide receiver from 1967 to 1969, is in attendance. Ken Kaczmarek, Indiana linebacker, 1965, 1967. He is in attendance in today's game. So, 9:50 to go before halftime. Curtis Rourke from the 10-yard line. Takes the snap, looking, throwing. That'll be caught. And that was Elijah Surratt with the catch. That's a nice little gain right there. Of course, Curtis Rourke, another nice pass there a second ago. So now we got a second down and 4 yards to go to pick up the first down. Man in motion, running back to the right of Rourke. Makes the handoff, now throwing wide open is the receiver. And Miles Cross is that receiver, first down, Indiana. And really, the defense is having a hard time finding these receivers, and Rourke just playing good enough to find the right man. Rourke tonight, 10 of 14, 128, and 2 touchdowns. So he is doing a great job, Rourke is, here tonight. So here we go from about the 29-yard line. Man in motion for Rourke. Rourke looking, not going to throw it to that man, and he's going to get about 3. That is Zach Horton, the tight end. So second down, about 7 to go for Indiana. Here we go. Here's the snap. Fakes the handoff. Rourke again. That one nearly intercepted. And he was looking for Miles Cross, Kirkwood, the defender right there for UCLA. Nearly getting that interception. He almost had it. That would have been big had UCLA been able to get that. Could have changed the way that this game was looking. Rourke knows that he just dodged a bullet right there. 3rd and 7 for Indiana. From the 32-yard line. Trying to get to about the 39. Here's Rourke throwing across the middle. That's caught! Miles Cross! And the reason for the excitement there is just the ability by Curtis Rourke to be under pressure and still get rid of this football in a great spot and put it right where Cross needs it. Great job. First down, Indiana. Curtis Rourke. Great job right there. And just when the defense thought they had to stop, Curtis Rourke burns them, and here's a run by Tyson Lawton. He's going to get about 2 yards, and that'll be it for him. So second down for Indiana. And just Indiana, I like what they're doing here. Just a very balanced attack for Indiana, and they're bullying UCLA in this game, in my opinion. They are bullying them. So 2nd and 7 from about the 50. So here's a snap. Curtis Rourke looking, throwing. That is incomplete. A little bit of a miscommunication between him and his receiver. That is Omar Cooper Jr. Looked like Rourke thought he was going to try to come the ball, and Cooper thought that he was just going to just an easy, just go straight up the field. Here we go. 3rd and 7 tonight. 3 of 6. Indiana on 3rd downs as now referee's checking something. Wait and see. Okay. So, not sure what that was all about, but Rourke now still trying to get their play calls. Rourke has a man to his left. Here is Rourke looking, throwing. That's Lawton. He slips. He slipped short of the first down. So now, for Indiana, we'll see if they leave the offense out there on the field. Looks like they will. Indiana has not punted the football as of yet. And I believe they got UCLA to jump off sides, 4th and 3, so definitely could help them just automatically get a first down off of that. But we'll see what the call is. Of course, coming up at halftime, we are going to play for you our game picks segment, and then, of course, talk a little bit about what's going on around the country. Also, all right, offside on the defense. Just to give you an update on what's going on here in this game. But we will get an update from what update around the country, especially Quinn Ewers. Give you an update on his status. So stick around for that. That'll be part of the halftime show here tonight. So here we go. First down for Indiana off of a offside penalty for UCLA. Here's Curtis Rourke looking, rolling to his left. Now throwing that one incomplete as he was looking for Keyshawn Williams. Second down for Indiana. Again, like I said, very fast pace first half. We got 5.5 to go till halftime. It's been very fast paced. Nice to see. Rourke giving out some signals to his teammates from about the 41 on UCLA side of the field. 2nd and 10 for Indiana. Rourke takes the snap and hands it off to Ellison, who breaks some tackles. He probably got about 6 or 7 right there. 3rd down for Indiana. Just a great job by Ellison, just not going down, fighting for positioning, and he just does a great job. First down, or on the second down play. It's now 3rd down and 3 to go here for Indiana. Under 5 to go before halftime. 3rd and 3. Sends him into motion. Rourke takes the snap. Looking, now floating up. That one's caught! Miles Cross down to about the 1 yard line. 1st and goal, Indiana. And this pass, I mean, if you're Curtis Rourke, this is just easy, just float it up there. So now for the 1 yard line, here's a handoff, and we'll see. Did he get in? Yes, he did. Touchdown, Indiana. It's Justice Ellison, 1 yard, touchdown, Indiana. And Ellison is hobbling on his way back to the sidelines. So he's definitely going to get checked out. 12 plays, 90 yards, 5.5 taken off the clock on that drive. Indiana shutting out UCLA in the Rose Bowl. Of course, not the actual bowl game, but like the stadium, the Rose Bowl, if you know what I mean. Just a nice run right here for Ellison. He breaks a tackle in the backfield, and then he just barrels his way, and he wills that touchdown for Indiana. And just a great job right there. Indiana adds on to their lead here in this ball game. That is an easy touchdown right there. You can see that it's a touchdown. So, great job right there, Justice Ellison. And just Indiana just outdoing UCLA in this game. As I guess they're looking to see, did his knee go down by any chance? But I think he's in the end zone. I think this is a touchdown. They are reviewing this, so I still think this is a touchdown. All right, so confirm the touchdown. So now extra point away from being 21-0 in this ball game. So it's going to be interesting to see What does UCLA have to do to get back in this ball game? So here we go. Extra point on its way. It is up and good for Indiana. 21 nothing as we got a flag. All right, so extra point does not count because of a penalty on Indiana. So they will have to retry the extra point attempt. But Indiana just, I'll say this, I think they've been bullying UCLA here early in this game. And so this has just been an interesting ball game. Here's the extra point. It is up and it is good. So 21 nothing Indiana with the lead. So 21 nothing, and we'll go to commercial. Be right back. All right, welcome back. Oh, yeah, I'm showing you that is video that we're going to be showing that earlier from today. That'll be at halftime of tonight's game. So here we go, Indiana to kick it off. Back to UCLA. They got a lot of time to go. And here is the return for UCLA, and that one will come back to about the 20-yard line. And so now you got 4:15 if you're UCLA. You got all three timeouts. And so it's going to be interesting. Can you get any – you got to get something on offense right now. So we're going to see here in just a moment what they can do. But first, let's go to another commercial break. right, everybody, welcome back. If you're just joining us, then do remember we do have a trivia question here on your screen. So, if you want to, if you think you have a guess for it, then you could by all means answer the question in the chat, and then we will reveal the answer at halftime. 21-0 is your score. Indiana leads in what has been what I think Indiana bullying UCLA here so far. But UCLA's got the football. They've got time to go down the field and score. So definitely could use a score if you are UCLA. You also get the ball to begin the second half. So right there, you keep the ball for the remainder of if you keep the ball for the remainder of the second quarter, then you get it back in the third quarter and go down and score again. I mean, hey, you're looking at a competitive ball game. So, of course, a lot of football still to be played. So here we go. Game is coming back to our screens. 1st and 10 for UCLA. Again, we will see what UCLA can do. 4:15 to go here in the second quarter. Here's Ethan Garbers looking, throwing. That one is caught for about 9 yards. Great job looking. That is Rico Flores Jr. with the catch. It's going to be second down, about 1 yard to go, 4 minutes in time. So total yards in the first half for UCLA. Week 1 at Hawaii, they only had 94. Tonight, they only have 49. So really not that good for if you are UCLA. Here we go, 3:45 to go. 2nd and 1. Here's the handoff. And a nice run right there. First down. And that is TJ Harden running it for UCLA tonight. 43-13 on the ground. Indiana with the lead on that. Passing yards, 183-36. Indiana leads that as well. Time possession, 16:37 for Indiana, 9:57 for UCLA. And total plays, Indiana 35, 18 for UCLA. Here we go. Garbers hands it off. And that's a nice run for about 5 yards. TJ Harden. So you can see the strategy right now. A lot of run plays right here until they get to about the 2-minute timeout. 2nd and 6 for UCLA. Looks like 4 out wide. Garbers got his running back to his left. Garbers takes a snap. Now looking, throwing. That'll be caught by his tight end. Monteval with the catch. First down. UCLA 2.5 to go before halftime. So now they're starting to move the ball down the field a little bit in great proficiency. I don't think Kirk Cinetti is happy with this situation because he wants to end this half with a shutout. So, of course, 2:10 to go before halftime. Of course, 2-minute timeout. Here's a snap. Garber's going to throw it incomplete, and 2:03 to go before halftime. So one more play before the 2-minute timeout. If you didn't already know, college football has a new 2-minute timeout. It's not a 2-minute warning. It is a 2-minute timeout. So ever more college football gets closer and closer to the professionals. That is another step in that direction. But still, 2-minute timeout is coming up. So here we go from about the 46 of Indiana. Here's Garbers taking the snap, looking, going to step up. Now throw it, caught! Great job finding Rico Flores Jr. And that is the 2-minute timeout. UCLA in scoring position. They need something, and great job right there finding his receiver, as we're going to join the national broadcast by going to a commercial break. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody. We are still in the 2-minute timeout, 21-0 Indiana. But if you're a UCLA fan, still a lot of promise. Reason why I say that is because you got the football right now, and you're moving it pretty well, and then you also got to consider the fact that you get the ball to begin the second half, so you could potentially get yourself back in this ball game. Update right now, as a shocker occurring right now, Georgia, it just went down 9-0. Kentucky just scored against Georgia. So Kentucky is up 9-0 in the second quarter. So that is an update coming from around the country. That is very interesting, as it looked like it was a possibly incomplete pass, or a pass intended for a receiver. So either way, that's the update around the country. But right now we got Indiana UCLA coming back. That's just update. We'll get you more updates at halftime. So here we go. 1st and 10, UCLA. Here we go. 1st and 10, Garbers hands it off. And getting his way for about 3 is TJ Harden of UCLA. Second down. Also, let me know. I want to know if this scoreboard is any better, if you can see it any better than what you could my previous edition that I had shown for the first few weeks of the football season. So just let me know in the chat what you think. So here we go. Garber's got a running back to his left. Takes the snap, looking. He breaks away. Gonna take off and run. First down and more. He got to about the 1-yard line. Ethan Garbers, 1st and goal, UCLA. Great job by Ethan Garbers. And now you got 1st and goal, and if you are UCLA, incredible stuff right here. Ethan Garbers, 1st and goal. Under a minute to go, 8 plays, 77 yards on this drive, 3.5 taken off the clock. Man in motion for UCLA. Garbers hands it off. It's Harden, he's in! Touchdown, UCLA! And they needed a score, and they got it from running back TJ Harden, 1 yard. And folks, we possibly now have a ball game. You can see this, takes a handoff, and just an open lane. Harden takes it, and touchdown. Update also on that Kentucky score. That was waved off. I believe they said it was an incomplete pass. So that's an update on that. 21-6, UCLA now coming for their extra point. It is up, and it is good. So UCLA now down 14. And TJ Harden runs it in for the Bruins. 21-7 right now. We got us a ball game, folks. welcome back, everybody. UCLA scores a touchdown here before halftime. Huge in the swing of things because if you are UCLA, you also get the football back to begin the second half. So, going to be interesting. So, here we go. We are waiting kickoff. College football season. This is only the beginning of the season, so we still got a lot of time left. As I'm gonna check my chat right now. So here we go. Here is the kickoff, and that one will be called for a fair catch. So Indiana will have the football, and here comes Curtis Rourke, the senior, who has just been playing really good football here this first half. He's just doing a great job of just controlling everything tonight. He's 14 of 21 for 183 and 2 touchdowns. So I would say that's not bad. Not bad at all tonight. So 42 seconds to go down the field and add on to their lead. Most likely go down, try to get into field goal range, and add 3 more to this lead. That's what I would think you're looking at. But here we go. 25-yard line for Rourke in Indiana. It's a handoff to Lawton, and he's going to get about 4 yards. So it don't look like they're really in any rush. Maybe one more play and then just take it to the locker room, and we'll see what we'll just see what we have in store for the second half, everybody. As the clock continues to run, 10 seconds, and that looks like it's going to be it. So Indiana up 21-7 at the break. That is an incredible ball game. That was an incredible first half if you're Indiana. UCLA will get the ball to begin the second half, so we will see what the rest of this game has in store, as now we're going to take you to a commercial break, and then it will be time for halftime. We'll see you on the other side. All right, everybody, welcome back. It is halftime. So, you're wondering what the answer to this question is. As you can see on your screen, let me say this one last time, which is UCLA has won 17 conference championships. Of all 17, one was won by a first-year head coach. Who was it? So, without a doubt, here is your answer. Tommy Prothro. He is, of course, that was from 1965. So that was the only conference championship that they won like that. So now is time to go to our video for halftime. So, without a doubt, let's go to college football wraparound game pick segment.
All right, everybody, welcome back. You are looking at the games picks records for the season. So, as you can see, very interesting so far. All of us are kind of at that kind of mid level as far as our game picks. As you can see, Jack had a significant increase this week. He got to 13-10. Colton's at 13-10. So they're both tied. I slid a little bit. I'm at 11-10. Of course, we'll see how I do. Of course, there's been because of the game broadcasts I've done, there's been a couple of games where I have not been able to pick. And then viewers are falling behind. They're at 10-11. So let's look at we're gonna look at the game picks. So um and last night I will, and of course, Wednesday, I will update you because Colton and Jack, they're not able to join me right now. So, I will update you on their game picks Wednesday. Um, so we'll get that, or we'll update you next Saturday on how they do. But, um, so one of the games that, um, so our game of the week, which ended up not being that great. Um, Arizona, Kansas State. Viewers had Arizona in this ball game, which I'm not gonna lie, I had Arizona as well. They lost pretty bad to Kansas State, so that's a loss. That I did not add in to our games picks. So that'll be added in next Saturday. And then, so now we get into the game picks for today. And so we begin with Texas A&M and Florida. Now, this is going to be a fun ball game. Um, Texas A&M right now, we still got them ranked. Florida is interesting because you got Graham Mertz and DJ Lagway kind of in this quarterback situation to see who's going to be the quarterback. And so it's definitely an interesting competition going on there in Gainesville. Our voters right now have Florida winning this ball game over Texas A&M, which is kind of a shocker because A&M, to me at least, I'm going A&M because I think A&M is a better football team, even though they're going on the road at Florida. I'm still taking Texas A&M. This is a 2:30 game, by the way. Then you got Oregon and Oregon State, which is interesting. It's a little bit earlier in the season because of Oregon left for the Big Ten. Oregon State stayed in the Pac-12, which now, as you remember me talking about Wednesday night, or actually Thursday night, Oregon State Oregon State and Washington State really has won that deal with getting 4 new teams coming. They still got to find 2 schools, but you can go back and watch that video later if you want to. Our viewers 100% got Oregon. I just have to differ from the viewers here. I got to go with the upset. With how Oregon's been playing, I think Oregon State is going to win. Plus, interesting note here, Oregon has lost 3 of the last 4 games whenever they go to Corvallis to play there at Oregon State. So I'm going Oregon State here. Then you look at our game tonight, Indiana UCLA. I'm not picking this. Our viewers have 75% UCLA. So interesting there. Then you look at Georgia and Kentucky. So the viewers have 100% Georgia. I would agree with the view. Georgia's going to win this ball game. I don't think it's going to be close, even though, like I told you in my preview, Georgia cannot overlook this game because any game is going to be it could get it. It could be a surprising Kentucky win for this one. So, just don't look past Kentucky. But I'm still going Georgia. Then later today, Ole Miss, Wake Forest, which is an interesting ball game here. Our viewers have 100% Ole Miss in this ball game. I would agree. I'm going Ole Miss as well. Ole Miss, just interesting football game here. Lane Kiffin's going to have his team ready to go, and I really like Jackson Dart in this ball game. Then I believe it's a 2:30 kickoff. Notre Dame and Purdue. Our viewers have 67% Notre Dame in this ball game. And coming off of a loss to Northern Illinois, I got to agree. I think Notre Dame gets the win here because I feel like they are going to be mad about the way that they came out and played last Saturday. So give me Notre Dame. And then we've got 3 more to go. You got Boston College and Missouri coming up. I think it's like 11:45 kickoff. It's the weird way that SEC Network has started scheduling because of the new SEC on ABC package. So viewers have 100% Missouri, and to be completely honest, I do agree with them. I'm going to go Missouri as well. I think Missouri will play a good football game here today. So give me Missouri. And then LSU, South Carolina. Our viewers have 100% LSU here. I will preface this by saying LSU, they've got to play better than what they did against USC. They got to play better than what they did against Nichols. Because South Carolina, and I think that South Carolina defense is going to be very tough to play against. So, personally speaking, I'm gonna trust LSU to win this game, but do not be shocked if South Carolina ends up winning because this is going to be a very interesting ball game. And then Alabama and Wisconsin, our last game pick of the day. Viewers have 67% Alabama. I got to go Alabama as well. I just don't see a world where Wisconsin wins this ball game. So, and I'm not saying that it couldn't happen because it could happen. Wisconsin could win this football game, but I got to go Alabama. Alabama's too good for Wisconsin. So, folks, right now, that's the game picks, and that's your game picks as well. So, you, the viewers, yourselves, what do you think about these football games? I want to see what your thoughts are because we are coming near the end of the show. So, of course, whatever you think about the football games, please put that in the chat right now because our show is nearing the end today. And as I said last night, you had an interesting ball game where Arizona got blown out by Kansas State. Kansas got beat to UNLV, and Arizona State defeated Texas State on the road. So, I mean, very interesting. But either way, I'll give y'all a few more minutes if you have any kind of whatever you think about the football games. But either way, folks, that is pretty much all I have for today. We are going to be back tonight for our game, Indiana and UCLA. So you do not want to miss that. So, folks, thanks for watching. We'll see you again later. Goodbye, everybody.
All right, everybody, welcome back. Of course, I don't know how long I've left you without me being here. I'm so sorry about that. But that is the game's pick segment. So, of course, tomorrow we're gonna get the records tallied up, see how we did. But right now, let's go to a commercial break, and we'll have more for halftime. All right, everybody, welcome back. It is halftime. We are still the waiting on the game to return. But while we have a chance, let's tell you what's going on around the country. Texas just scored a touchdown. 75 yards for Ryan Wing. Colorado just attempted a extremely long field goal and missed super bad. It's 14-3 Colorado at halftime. Georgia and Kentucky's tied at 3, and UCF and TCU will get you an update whenever they come back. But the big storyline coming out of that Texas ball game, Quinn Ewers, he got injured, and so he had to be taken out of the ball game. He came back because he went to the locker room, came back in street clothes, meaning that he's done for the night. They're saying it's a strained abdomen. So let me real quick. I'm just gonna look up and see if I can get any more information other than that for you. Of course, that is if it's a strained abdomen. We'll see how long he's out. It shouldn't be too long. So, okay. Not a lot being told right now. We will, of course, keep an eye on that for Texas as we await the beginning of the second half. So let's go to a commercial break, and we will be back for the third quarter to begin. All right, everybody, we are back as we again await the beginning of the second half. The teams are right now on the field, just kind of warming up and getting ready for that second half to begin. UCLA is going to have the football, so it's going to be very interesting to see how they do. But of course, as we said, UCLA begins with the football to begin the second half. What do they need to do? So for me, I think that it's definitely going to come down to, can Indiana continue to play the way they have? They've played with a lot of momentum. They have really just made that crowd go quiet. Now, what I want from UCLA is more of what we saw on that last drive there before halftime. I really loved what they did. I mean, I think they built really nicely and scored. So it's going to be interesting to see how this game goes the rest of this night. But again, I think for both teams, it's about being aggressive and going down the field and playing some good football. Also, I told you we were going to get you an update. It's 21-7 at halftime, TCU over UCF. So that is your update on that game. So one last commercial break here before the beginning of the second half. We'll be right back. welcome back on a Saturday night. It's been a good football game here today. Of course, Indiana 14-point lead. A lot of hope if you are UCLA because you get the ball to begin the second half. So we're going to see what they can do as we are about to get the second half underway. So some really good football. Another update on another game. Tennessee is beating Kent State 51-0. So Tennessee, just ridiculous how much they're scoring in this game. So here we go. UCLA's last drive was their best, 78 total yards, 4 first downs, and a touchdown. So Ethan Garber, 7 of 11, 73 yards, sacked twice. Looks like Curtis Rourke, 14 of 21 for like 183 and 2 touchdowns. So here we go. Quarter number 3. Right here. Game out in LA. So here we go. It's going to be Ethan Garbers and the UCLA Bruins who are going to begin with the football to begin the second half. Cooper Naylor here. So glad that you could join us. Got one half to go. So here we go. Indiana ready to kick it away. As there's the kick. And this one will be returnable. And a nice return up to about the 25-yard line for UCLA. So here we go. A lot of time left to go down and score. Make this a closer ball game. 21-7. So here we go. 1st and 10 for this UCLA offense. Ethan Garbers, week 1 at Hawaii. He turned it on in the second half after having a rough first half. So we'll see what he can do in this second half. Here's Garbers. He fumbled the football, and he's going down. That is a terrible way for the beginning of this half. And really, just Garbers, he didn't take the time to haul in that snap, and almost a terrible situation if you are UCLA. But here we go. Loss of 5 yards, 2nd and 15. Garbers takes the snap, looking, and you got a flag for a stoppage play. So they're reviewing the last play. I don't know what they're going to be looking for. Maybe a targeting? Oh. Okay, so it could possibly be a targeting because crown of the helmet of the Indiana defender hit Ethan Garbers. So if that is targeting, that is a big momentum swing in this ball game. So they're saying Garbers is defenseless here. I could see that. They're saying because he went to recover a fumble and he was defenseless because he didn't have an opportunity to really lift himself to get into a position where he could stand his ground. So they're saying defenseless and potentially a targeting. I would agree. That's definitely going to be a targeting. West led with the helmet, and he's probably going to be ejected. So they're still looking at it. So here we go. So West has been ejected for targeting right there. So now, if you're UCLA, you just caught a break, like a big break right there, because what would have been a potential 2nd and 15, now you got a 1st and 10. That is a big swing right there. So now from the 40-yard line, here is Ethan Garbers, and now it looks like you have a defensive player jumping off sides. So another 5 yards off of that penalty. Carpenter, the culprit of that one. So now from the 45, if you're UCLA, this is a great opportunity. You could go down the field and drive. Great opportunity if you are UCLA. Here we go. 1st and 5. Garbers looking, throwing, little screen pass to Harden. Harden's got some room to run. Hurdles a man. He gets down to about the 31-yard line of Indiana. And like that, UCLA has taken some momentum in this ball game. I was talking about they needed to do a little something, and who would have thought getting a targeting called against the defense of Indiana, that would be huge. Here's Garbers looking, stepping up, evading pressure, now throwing. That's caught. And that is Macau Atamalala. 10-yard gain, 1st down, UCLA. And Garbers seems to be a lot more efficient here now. And UCLA seems like there's more momentum now. Garbers tonight, 9 of 13, 107 passing. So here we go. Another 1st down from the 21. Sends a man in motion. Here's Garbers handing it off to his running back. That's TJ Harden, who's going to get about 4 yards right there. 2nd down for UCLA. So UCLA, that is a pretty good start to this 3rd quarter if you're UCLA. So 2nd and 6 from about the 17-yard line. Garbers takes the snap, hands it off to Harden, who will get maybe 2 yards. It's now 3rd down, about 4 or 5 to go on this. So really right here, depending on what you want to do, you can either run it or you can pass the ball here. You really have a lot of options if you're going to be completely honest here. UCLA's offense, 3rd down conversions, week 1 against Hawaii, they were 4 of 13. Tonight, they're 1 of 4. So it's a big moment in this ball game. They need a touchdown. From the 15, 3rd and 4. Garbers takes the snap, looking. He got a little bit of pressure now, rolling around, not going to run. Going to run for that 1st down, and he's got it. Garbers, great job right there. And really, Garbers, just the ability to get out of the pocket and run and make some plays with his legs, just incredible. First down, UCLA. That is huge. And now you got another first down. So, like I said, you need if you're UCLA, you need a touchdown, and it looks like they could potentially get it right here. First and goal for the Bruins from the 10. Garbers. Here we go. Looking to throw. Garbers in the end zone. Nearly intercepted. That would have been big here in this ball game, but a dropped interception. And Garbers kind of airmailed it. So second and goal for UCLA. Aiden Fisher nearly had that interception of Ethan Garbers. Here we go. And Keegan Jones takes the snap, and he gets back to about the 10-yard line. So nothing more doing there. A little bit of trickery. Eric Bieniemy, of course, if you've watched the Chiefs, you know Eric Bieniemy likes to do a lot of trickery, try to throw some stuff in there, kind of confuse the defense. So third and goal for UCLA. Under 10 minutes to go in the third quarter at the 10-yard line. Third and goal for UCLA. Garbers takes a snap, looking, throwing in the end zone. In the back of the end zone is where it goes. Fourth and goal for UCLA. Indiana's defense, they looked like they were losing momentum, and they still they're forcing UCLA to have to just kick a field goal here. That is huge. Mateen Bagani, the kicker, 28-yard attempt here for UCLA. Here we go. Clean snap, good hold, and that one is up. That one is good. UCLA will add 3 to their point total. 21-10 is your score right now. So we'll go to commercial and be right back. here is the kickoff. And that one will be returnable for Indiana. And that will get to about the 13. That'll be it for Indiana. So now, be interesting to see what they can do here. And nearly lost the ball was the kick returner for Indiana, as now we have an injured Bruin out there. Looking like lower leg injury. But we're going to take a break. We'll be right back. All right, everybody, welcome back. 21-10, Indiana with the football. And so we are waiting on them to begin their drive. Going to be interesting coming off of that field goal drive by UCLA. Indiana still, UCLA drove down the field, but if you're Indiana, you only allow a field goal. So Kanye Clark, the defensive back, he was the injured man for UCLA. So here we go. 1st and 10 for Indiana. Curtis Rourke coming back out for the Hoosiers. So we'll see what he can do here in this second half. He had a pretty good first half. 9.5 to go here in the third quarter. Both teams going on long, sustained drives here tonight. Here we go from about the 13. Curtis Rourke sends a man in motion. Takes the snap, hands it off, and this is a great run for Ellison. And just again, another example of just how explosive Indiana's offense has played here tonight. So entering this week on the run, they are 11th in explosive as far as explosive play rate and 23rd passing. So Indiana definitely a different feel with Kirk Cinetti. Here is the throw from Rourke. That one was nearly caught. Elijah Surratt. And you got a flag on the field. And so that is a pass interference going against UCLA. And so we will, of course, First and 10, use for Indiana. Indiana's offense has been rolling pretty nicely here tonight. So from the 39, here is Rourke. Got a little bit of pressure, got to roll out, and now throw it. That is his tight end. That right there is Zach Horton, the senior. First down, Indiana. And Curtis Rourke again, just buying time, knows not to rush, finds his tight end. First down, Indiana. Just a great job right there. Hoosiers are just, this is incredible football for them. First and 10, Indiana. From about the 44 on UCLA side of the field. Fakes the handoff. Now throwing. That'll be caught. And that right there is Omar Cooper Jr. He's going to get about 9 yards right there. Second down for Indiana. Great job right there as they are just moving down the field. And here's Rourke again throwing. That is his tight end. Caught, first down. And that is Zach Horton again. So, first down, Indiana, just like they did in the first half, just moving down the field methodically and just taking their time. Great job here so far. So from the 30-yard line, 3 receivers. Sends one in motion. Here's Rourke faking the handoff. Now rolling. Now throwing. That's again his tight end, Zach Horton, who will get about 6 yards right there. Second down for Indiana. So Horton was showing like he was going to be a blocker, and then he rolled out and got open and caught the football. So of course, 2nd and 4 for Indiana. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff. Rourke looking, throwing, first down. And that is Cooper Jr. with the catch. Another first down for Indiana. They're just moving the ball on UCLA. UCLA has no answers. Under 6.5 to go before the end of the third quarter. And here's a run. And that's going to pick up about 4 yards right there. That is that's I think the third running carried the ball for Indiana today. Kalen Black. So 2nd and goal for Indiana. Under 6 to go in the third. Curtis Rourke from about the 6-yard line. Here's the snap. Here's the handoff. And Kalen Black will get about 3 after all the pushing. About 3 yards is where he will get. Just methodically moving down the field. So 3rd and goal. Indiana. Red zone, 3 drives, has equaled 3 touchdowns here tonight for the Hoosiers. So 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. From the 3. 21-10 is your score. Man in motion for Rourke. Rourke's got his running back. Now he's looking to throw. Throwing. End zone! Touchdown, Indiana! And that's just the type of day it's been for UCLA's defense. They try, but they cannot stop Curtis Rourke. And for the second time tonight, it's Keyshawn Williams with the touchdown. Great way to catch the ball, turn around, reach the ball into the end zone. Great job, and Indiana has a 27-10 lead. As here is the extra point, up and good. Indiana 28, UCLA 10. And just beautiful football from Indiana here tonight. So we will be back after the commercial. All right, welcome back, everybody. 28-10, Indiana with the lead. And again, we thought UCLA could potentially go down and score a touchdown and make this game close. And they got a field goal, which was a good step. But then they allowed Indiana to go down and score a touchdown. So now it's an 18-point game. And if the way UCLA's been playing, that may have been – that is a huge moment in this game, I will admit. So Keyshawn Williams tonight, he's got 2 receptions, and both of them have been touchdowns. And so but just interesting that the way UCLA's defense has been playing tonight. And Rourke, and what they're showing on TV, Rourke, he knew where he was going with the football. Just incredible job by Curtis Rourke and this Indiana offense. So 4:55 remaining in the third quarter. UCLA about to get the football back. They definitely need to go down and score a touchdown to keep this game competitive. So here we go. Indiana will kick it away. And there's a kick. This one will go into the end zone and be returned. And here comes the return man. And that's going nowhere. And that's Keegan Jones, not getting very far. So here we go. Indiana 66 rush yards to 56 of UCLA tonight. Passing yards, Indiana 237 to 107 of UCLA. So 4:49 to go in the third quarter. So we'll see what UCLA can do with that, plus all the time that they have remaining in the fourth. So here's Garbers looking, throwing. That'll be a catch. And that's the running back, Harden. Second down for UCLA. So 4.5 to go. Second and 9 for the Bruins. Clock just moving. So Indiana, 18 carries, 56 yards tonight. It's only an average of 3 yards. That's not incredible. But here we go. From the 19-yard line, here's Garbers handing it off. That is Harden. And a nice run right there. And so, of course, we will. So for Indiana, when Kirk Cinetti left James Madison, 13 players and 7 coaches from last year's team there at James Madison went with Kirk Cinetti to Indiana. So here's Garbers nearly losing that snap. Now throwing. That one's intercepted off of the tip. And here comes Fisher, the linebacker. And a great job. We got a flag. But that was a tip. Quasi Gilmer was the intended receiver right there, but we'll see what the call on the field is. Just incredible to see that right there. Waiting to see what the flag is all about. All right, so pass interference, and so UCLA. Okay, it's UCLA football. So the interception pretty much is waved off. So it's UCLA football because Pons, the defensive back, he committed a pass interference, and now and another potential targeting here. So another review for targeting in this ball game. 3 minutes to go in the third quarter, and we got a second targeting of the quarter that is being reviewed. So let's wait and see. Oh, Quasi Gilmer, the guy who took down Fisher. So we'll wait and see what this is going to be called. Sturdivant. Okay, so Sturdivant was the receiver that Garbers was looking for on that play. Quasi Gilmer is the receiver that made the hit on Fisher, the linebacker for Indiana. But we will see what the eventual call is. That is interesting, though. 28-10, Indiana with the lead. Okay. So Gilmer is still in the ball game. So no targeting there. So here we go from the 36. Here is UCLA. Garbers got his running back to his left. He's looking to throw. Garbers, he's going down. Lamel Carr Jr. got in the backfield, and there was nowhere to go, and now we got another flag. And they called roughing the passer on him. This maybe just a little too hard, but still, how is that a roughing the passer? That is a crazy call. But it extends UCLA's drive even farther to the 49 on Indiana's side of the football field. Here's Garbers rolling around now, throwing. That one's caught. Wow, I didn't know he had a receiver right there, and that'll be caught. And that looked like it was his tight end. That right there is Jack Peterson, redshirt sophomore. Great catch right there. Garbers just had to throw it up. 2nd and 4 for UCLA. Minute and a half to go in third. Here's the handoff to TJ Harden, who breaks some tackles, and he's down to about the 29. Great running right there by TJ Harden. And now UCLA is in scoring position. And again, you got to get a touchdown here if you're UCLA. You have to have it. A field goal does you no good here if you are UCLA. You need a field goal. 1 minute to go till the end of the third quarter. From the 29, man in motion for Garbers. Garbers takes the snap, hands it off to his running back. That's Harden, breaking some tackles, getting a first down and more. He is in. Touchdown, UCLA. And this could potentially be coming back, though. And that is coming back. Carlin on that offensive line of UCLA called for a holding. That could have been huge, but that was can't do that in a game like this where you're trying to come back. So 1st and 16 now for UCLA. That just probably the best run of the night for TJ Harden is having to be brought back. Penalties tonight, UCLA 6 for 48. 3 penalties on this drive for UCLA. So not a good drive. So from the 35, here is Garbers dropping back, now running, trying to make something happen. And he'll get about 4 yards, but another flag. So let's see what this is going to be called. Another penalty on UCLA. You just cannot do that. It is a grab of the face. It's a hands to the face right there. 1st and 31 for UCLA from midfield. So here is Garbers Now going to throw it, and that is Keegan Jones, who gets some of that yardage back. So second down for UCLA. But that ends the third quarter, everybody. Let's go to the end of the third quarter. Be right back. I gotta get back to my game. All right, welcome back, everybody. 28-10 UCLA football here to begin the fourth quarter. In what has been a interesting game. Yeah, that roughing the passer call was stupid. But here we go. Here is Garbers looking. That's a throw. And on second and 24, and TJ Harden gets a pretty good run right there for UCLA. So third down for them. So for UCLA, we'll see what they can do right here. Also, again, I haven't mentioned this tonight, but we are at 82 subscribers here on the channel. By the end of the year, we'd like to get to about 100 subscribers here on this channel. So if you haven't already, please hit subscribe. We do college football content all throughout the week. We love doing it. So here's Garbers. 3rd and 14. Looking, throwing. That one was nearly caught, but now you got some flags. And this is potentially they targeting here, depending on the contact and where the receiver for UCLA was hit. This looks like it was okay. This is J. Michael Sturdivant, and so targeting is what they're looking at, and Pons he leads with his shoulder, but he hits the head of a defenseless J. Michael Sturdivant, receiver for UCLA, and this is a hard hit. This one, I mean, I got to be honest, I would not be shocked one bit if this one is called targeting here after they review it. I mean, that would be a really bad loss if you're Indiana in what has been a second half that we've seen a lot of penalties, a lot more than that first half. The first half was a lot cleaner than what we've seen here in the second half. So 28-10. So there is the second Indiana defensive player kicked out of the ball game. Pons has been kicked out. So that is a big loss for Indiana. So 28-10 now. And Pons ejected after that hit. Again, he led with his shoulder, and he hit the head of J. Michael Sturdivant, and Sturdivant is being looked at for a concussion on that sideline. So now from the 18-yard line, first down for UCLA. Here is Garbers looking, throwing that one. He threw it right out of bounds to Quasi Gilmer. And just a bad throw by Garbers. 2nd and 10 now for UCLA. 14 minutes to go in the ball game. UCLA trying to get back in this game. Indiana just trying their best just to walk out with a win. All right, so Sturdivant is not hurt. He's back in the ball game, so that is a good sign. Here we go. Man to motion. Here's Garbers handing it off to his running back. And Harden gets about 2 yards, and that'll be all for him. So now you got 3rd and 8. Going to be interesting to see what UCLA does here. You definitely, in my opinion, you definitely got to go for it if you do not get the 3rd down conversion here. Depending on how far you get, I think you cannot. A field goal does you nothing here if you are UCLA. You've got to have a touchdown. So here we go from the 16-yard line, 3rd and 8 for UCLA. Here's Garbers looking to throw, and he just floats that out of bounds. I don't know where he was looking. 4th and 8 for UCLA now. And now if it's 4th and 8, it's going to be interesting. It may be just as well to just kick a field goal, but I don't know what they're going to do. Garbers, it looks like he thought Harden was going to keep running and just floats it out of bounds. Now again, Mateen Bagani, he's missed a field goal tonight, which is kind of big right now in this moment. So here's a 34-yarder for Bagani. Here's the snap. And the kick is up. That one is good. UCLA adds 3 more on the scoreboard. 28-13 UCLA, as we will, of course, take a commercial break as soon as I can get to it. But yeah, let's take a commercial break. right, welcome back, everybody. 28-13, Indiana with the lead. We are waiting on the national broadcast to come back. Indiana tonight, first half was complete domination by them. I would say this: the second half has been a little bit of a different story. Bunch of penalties being called on both sides. UCLA, although only 6 points, it's a 15-point game. You still got you still got 13 minutes to go. This game is far from over, folks. We still got a lot of football. If you're Indiana, you definitely want to go down, get a touchdown, and have a long, sustained drive that could potentially put this out of question. So let's see what we get. As here is the kickoff from UCLA. This one will go into the end zone, and Indiana will call fair catch. So now, of course, Justice Ellison has been doing some great stuff here tonight. He's the running back that's transferred in from Wake Forest. Great blocking running back, giving a lot of time for Curtis Rourke to find where he wants to go with the football. Of course, he had that one touchdown where he just barreled in there. So great stuff. Tonight for Rourke, 20 of 27, 237 and 3 touchdowns. Ellison 8 for 38 and a touchdown. Cross 4 for 6 and a touchdown. That's 4 receptions. Here is Lawton, who will barrel his way, still going, and he got about 8. Great job for Indiana. As you can see, they are just going to go into the ground, try to just run as much of this clock. Great job by Lawton. Upset alert stuff coming up right now. Kentucky 9-3 right now, leading Georgia. So that is an update about what's going on around the country. Tonight, Lawton's carried the ball 9 for 25. So 2nd and 2 for Indiana. Another carry for Lawton. First down, and gets to about the 40. Great job there by Indiana. Again, like I said before, they're not really in any kind of rush. They're just going to run the football, try to burn as much of this clock as they can. So, like I said before, Indiana, their offense, I've been pleasantly surprised at how good they are. Of course, it's still early in the season, but this Indiana offense, I've liked what I've seen. Here's another carry. Lawton breaks a tackle. He gets to the outside. Gets about 9 yards. But a flag. Let's see what the flag is all about. And that's Lynch with the holding right there for Indiana. And just easy call right there. You can't hold like that. 1st and 20 for Indiana now. That's 9 penalties for 97 yards. If you're Indiana, UCLA's got 7 for 59. The bulk of the penalties have come here in the second half. 1st and 20 from the 30-yard line. Here's Rourke going to throw it in a little screen pass, and that is a catch. And going for about 13. That is Keyshawn Williams. So 2nd down for Indiana. They are methodically moving the football. So 11 minutes to go in the ball game. Indiana 28, UCLA 13. 2nd and 6 for Indiana. That was 14 yards on that catch. So Rourke. Here is the snap. Now looking, throwing. That's his man. That's another catch. Miles Cross with the catch. So 1st down, Indiana. Under 11 to go. Indiana just running as much of that clock as they can. Rourke tonight, 22 of 29, 260 and 3 touchdowns. Great stuff from Curtis Rourke. They are now on UCLA's side of the football field. 10.5 to go. Rourke takes the snap, handing it off to Ellison, who will get about 2 yards, and that'll be it for him. Curtis Rourke, some stuff. They're showing some of his highlights of the night. He's been locked in, making some really good decisions far where to throw the football to. Just a great way to play here today. And Indiana looks like they are in control right now, under 10 to go in this ball game. Curtis Rourke last week was 15 to 17, 268 and 2 touchdowns. Tonight, 22 to 29, 260 and 3 touchdowns. So great stuff. 2nd and 9. Rourke throwing. That'll be caught. And first down for Miles Price. And a flag. So we'll see what this is all about. And that's going against Horton. It was a holding call. Yep. That's the 10th penalty for 101 as far as yardage for Indiana. That is just... Clock continues to move. 2nd and 13 from midfield. Man in motion for Rourke. Rourke now handing it off. And Black gets a few yards right there on that carry. It'll be 3rd down and long for Indiana. So now you're under 9 minutes. You're going to try to get a first down, I would think, if you're Indiana. Or either if this could be 4-down territory trying to just end this ball game. But here we go. Here's a throw from Rourke down the middle. Caught. And down to the 30-yard line. Great catch. Miles Cross. And UCLA definitely was not ready for that. And Rourke burns them right there. Miles Cross. Another great completion. First down, Indiana. 8 minutes to go as this clock just continues to dwindle on UCLA. So here we go. Here's a snap. Handing it off to the running back. This time, great running. And that is Black again. Another good carry. So 2nd down for Indiana. And they are just moving at will on UCLA. Rushing yards this half, Indiana 44 to 32 at UCLA. Passing yards this half, 94 to 58 in favor of Indiana. First downs, both teams have 8 this half. In time of possession in this half, UCLA has had the ball longer, but that may change. As here's a free play, and that'll be caught. Touchdown on the free play right there to Omar Cooper Jr. But here's the flag. But I believe this is going to go against UCLA for a false start. It'll be a touchdown for Indiana. You can't do nothing about that when you got a free play and great quarterback. Incredible stuff. And Indiana is adding to that lead. 7.5 to go. Indiana. That may have just put the icing on the cake. Extra point good. Indiana takes its largest lead of the ball game, 35-13. And on a free play, Curtis Rourke puts it up there for Cooper Jr. He does the rest, getting in the end zone. Touchdown, Indiana. And we've got us in Indiana comfortably in the lead right now. So definitely nothing to worry about if you are the Hoosiers here tonight. So we'll be right back. right, everybody, welcome back. Indiana, UCLA 35-13. As we now have, I believe it's like 7 minutes to go. Indiana with a 22-point lead. And if you're UCLA, it's going to take a lot if you want to come back in this ball game, but we'll see what can happen in this ball game. So, but you never know. Crazier things have happened before. So, UCLA about to get the football back. 7.5. So that was my mistake. 7.5 to go. Just a long, methodical drive by Indiana that capped off with a touchdown. So UCLA about to get the ball back. As here is the kick. And that one's going to go into the back of the, going to be a fair catch, rather. So now we will see what UCLA can do here on this drive. First and 10. Of course, Garbers is going to come back out for quarterback. Deshaun Foster, head coach of the UCLA Bruins. He's got a lot to have to coach his team up on. I don't think there's a lot to worry about, though, yet. I think UCLA with a lot more training and stuff, I feel like they could be a lot better of a team. But Garbers, here is the snap, and that's a catch for TJ Harden, and he'll get a few yards right there. Just a short pass. So second down for UCLA. So now 2nd and 4, going with a little bit of momentum. And there's the throw. That one's intercepted. Indiana ball, and that right there is the dagger. 7 minutes to go, and Indiana may just keep the ball for the remainder of this ball game. And that's just airmailed right to that defensive player. Just airmailed. I don't know how else to put it. An airmail, and not looking good. UCLA about to be 1-1 after tonight. All right, everybody. Welcome back. So, going to give you some updates about what's going on around the country. Texas, they win big, 56-7. TSA at home. Georgia is down 9-6. And then Colorado has a 21-3 lead over Colorado State. And then TCU 31-28 over UCF right now. So that is what's going on around the country. So Indiana football, we'll see what they can do here. Amari Farrell with the interception. He's from Lake City, Florida. 2 interceptions tonight. So, or the season, I believe is what it said. I'm not completely sure. 2 sacks tonight and 2 turnovers for UCLA. But Indiana sacked UCLA twice. So this has been a complete domination of a game from Indiana. They played great football. So from the 40, Curtis Rourke back out. Got 4 wide. Got a running back in the backfield. Sends a man to motion. Here's Rourke. Fakes the handoff. Now looking, throwing. That one will be caught down to the 20. And Elijah Surratt. Or actually, okay, incomplete. They called it incomplete after looking back at it. So, okay, he didn't complete the process of the catch. So that will be, that's interesting. That stops the clock. But Indiana playing aggressive football. Under 7 to go here in the game. 2nd and 10 from the 40. Rourke sends a man to motion. Now the handoff to Ellison. And Ellison will get about 5. And, of course, Indiana remaining schedule. Next week they got Charlotte. Then they'll play Maryland. Then they go to Northwestern. Then they got Nebraska. That Nebraska game is going to be fun to watch. These two. And then, of course, they got Washington on the 26th of October. November 2nd, it's at Michigan State. November 9th, they got Michigan coming to town. November 23rd, they're at Ohio State. And then November 30th, they end the season with Purdue. So, of course, a lot of interesting football coming up for the Indiana Hoosiers. 35-13, 6 minutes to go. And here's another carry. This one, again, Ellison. He's dragged out of bounds after, I believe, getting the first down. But a flag on the field. We'll see what this is going to be. Probably on UCLA for maybe a late hit. That's what if I had to guess. We'll wait and see. All right, so defensive penalty, horse collar, and late hit. Just trying to hang on, get the stop, and just a rough tackle. So, clock continues to move now to about the 14-yard line as Indiana. They can add on the scoreboard. Clock just running. They're just happy to let it run. Rourke handing it off. And this is a new running back as he's going to get in. Another Indiana touchdown. That one's Elijah Green. He's in. Indiana 41-13. This one has gotten out of hand in the last few minutes of the ball game. Indiana scores. Elijah Green, first carry of the night, and he runs it into the end zone for a touchdown. And Indiana playing a good football game here tonight. 41-13. So we'll see what UCLA can bring up, like what they can do to get better. But 42-13 now is your score. And Indiana just incredible right here as it is all Indiana right now. As will, we're going to try to go to our commercial break, and we'll see you on the other end. All right, everybody, 42-13, Indiana with the lead, as it looks like UCLA is going to get the ball back. See what they can do on offense on this drive as we near the end of this ball game. Indiana, you got to give a lot of credit to Curtis Rourke. He's played incredible football here tonight, and Indy again. I mean, this is an interesting football team at 3-0. So right now, another update. Georgia, they've taken the lead. They're in Lexington. They're up 13-9. So very interesting. 5.5 to go. 42-13. Indiana with the lead. We'll see what UCLA does. Wouldn't be shocked if they just try to get a little bit of, just try to get something going. They need a little something, as fair catch called for, and it'll be UCLA ball. So right now they're showing clip of Kirk Cinetti addressing the Indiana crowd on December 20th at the men's basketball team. So here we go. 1st and 10 for UCLA. Here's a new quarterback for UCLA. There's a handoff and a nice first down run for UCLA. So coming in the ball game now at quarterback is Justin Martin. And so Justin Martin now in at quarterback for UCLA. Clock will just run. 29-point lead for Indiana. They're comfortably in the lead. Looks like Keegan Jones, or I'm not sure. Either way, here's another carry. And that is Berger carrying the ball. So, of course, clock continues to move. Under 4.5 to go for UCLA. 2nd and 8. Another handoff to Berger, and he'll lose about a yard for UCLA. 3rd down. UCLA knows they've lost the game, so they're just content to just run the clock out as well. But national broadcasted game, great way to show yourself to the national media, to the nation right now, if you're Indiana. Of course, being shown in the LA market, that's huge too. Indiana up 42-13 as Justin Martin for UCLA takes the snap, looking to throw. And a little short pass to Berger, who will get about 5 yards. So they'll be about 3 or 4 short of the line to gain. 4th down for UCLA, and most likely it looks like they're going to punt. So we are at the 3-minute mark. Of course, you have your 2-minute timeout coming. And so, of course, this could potentially be the last play before that 2-minute timeout, and Indiana would have 2 minutes to just burn the clock away. So 4th and 3 as we're waiting, and here is the punt. Indiana football. Fair catch called for. 2.5 to go. So now, of course, last year, James Madison is where Kirk Cinetti was head coach. 20 total people came with Cinetti to Indiana. 13 players, 7 coaches. So, shows a lot of how his team there at James Madison, how they viewed playing for him. So, 1st and 10, 2:31 to go. So, this, if I can rephrase myself, this is probably the last play before the 2-minute timeout, as it'll be a handoff, and it'll go to Elijah Green. So, clock is going to run. Indiana going to be content to just let it go to the 2-minute timeout. 2nd and 8 for Indiana. Of course, UCLA got a lot of season left. We'll see how they do throughout the remainder of the season as we have hit the 2-minute timeout. So, folks, time to go to commercial break. We'll be back. everybody. So UCLA has got a really tough schedule. They've got LSU. You're going to LSU next week. Then they got Oregon, at Penn State, Minnesota, at Rutgers, Nebraska, Iowa, at Washington. You got USC at home, and then you finish the season with Fresno State. So none of this is easy throughout the remainder of the season. If you are UCLA, this is a really rough way to. I mean, really, this is a rough start to Big Ten play if you are UCLA. But 2nd and 8 for Indiana. Here's the handoff to Elijah Green, trying to get the outside, but he's going to lose yards right there as clock will continue to move. Ethan Garbers knows that the game really was not his best night for him. And so, of course, we'll see how he does next week. LSU, though, that's not an easy game if you're UCLA. We'll see how that goes. Under a minute and a half, 3rd and 9 for Indiana. So here's a snap, another handoff, and that will be 4th down for Indiana. So now it looks like they're going to bring the starters off and put the backups in for Indiana. Clock continues to move. That was a great night for that Indiana starting lineup on the offensive side. So clock continues to move. Under 30 seconds to go, and looks like Cincinnati probably taking a timeout. Or they're going to take the delay of game. They'll take the delay of game here. And it'll be 4th down. So the first punt of the game for Indiana. That is incredible. First punt of the ball game for Indiana. Most likely UCLA will probably just down it. There's another flag thrown out there. Fair catch called for, but we'll see what the flag is all about. All right, so just an illegal formation on Indiana. Still UCLA football. 19 seconds to go, and most likely this will most likely be the last play of the ball game right here. If you are UCLA, you're going to lose by 29 points. Go to 1-1 on the season. You had a rough one at Hawaii 2 weeks ago. As there's a fumble, and he just falls on it, and that pretty much ends the ball game. First blowout we've had this season on the channel. I mean, hey, we got to week 3 before our first blowout. So wait. Apparently because of this fumble, clock should not have ran. Now here's the clock running, and now the end of the ball game. And that is it. Indiana will move to 3-0, UCLA to 1-1. 42-13 is your final. Thank y'all everybody for watching. We will see you again later. Good night.